a chest with the key to the next door. But we kind of want to jump down here now and go this way because it leads to another orb from Dido. Then again, Dido's the most useless summon in the entire game, but I figure we should go for completionism. It'll probably help out in the long run. And here's snakes. Snakes are probably one of the most annoying enemies in this game for a number of reasons. Not all of which come from this clip, but basically between having to duck down, the fact that if they hit you at all, you instantly get up, which means you have to go back to the ducking position. Yeah, they just piss me off. Luckily, I'm doing a lot better than usual, so it's good times. Oh, also, funny thing about the how SP works. It regenerates when you're outside of dungeons, but never when you're inside, barring the collection of a certain item. In any case, from what I've read from most places, it's probably connected to sunlight. But what stands out to me is you can get it from such things as food items, which makes no sense to me. If magic power comes from the armlets, and the armlet's powered by sunlight, why does eating oranges and apples give you magic power? Especially when basically most plants in this game actually give you SP. Now that I think about it. Also here are a bunch of fucking skeletons, I don't care. And here's another boss. Actually, it's just a recolor of the first boss. And that second mini-boss. We don't care about them. Please use the same strategy as usual. Don't get too close. Don't try to stand too close to it because it'll just backhand you. And occasionally it'll grab you. And that's just annoying because it throws you across the room. You take it out easily enough and then you get a minor puzzle. Basically, we need to push this orb across the room, which takes all 5 seconds, and place it on that pedestal, which opens that torrent or geyser of water, which we need to shoot, which we use to summon Dido. Also, I look at the map a lot, despite the fact that I know where I'm going. This is not a good question. Summon Dido, have her shoot a bubble. Also, I hate the summons, if only because they go off on their own direction, so if you actually need their help, they could be across the room because they found something interesting, like water, or colors, or something blue. Oh, and here's a third orb for Dido, because these kids are just everywhere. At least at the beginning of the game. Go here, walk through these puddles of water, build with fish. It's about the fact that they're not all that high. Also, and I have no idea what these fish are eating, because if nothing's been in here for years and the only thing here are corpses, you think they'd all be dead. But they're not. I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Right. Yep. Press one of the switches, and another one of those rock orbs drops down. And you need to push it onto the other switch because that one becomes the switch to the door. These aren't exactly the most complicated puzzles ever. And now the puzzles are done. time for the next boss. As I call him, Giant Flaming Skull that needs to die. He shoots these little fire spirit things. Sprites, I don't know. None of the enemies are named as far as I know. Well, a couple of them by the bosses. The other bosses. Anyway, he's not a particularly hard boss fight. I mean, the only thing he does is breathe out those little fire sprites that each have their own HP bars and only attack you by ramming into you. They're kind of annoying, but they don't really have that much HP, so basically do a bunch of 360s and they tend to die quite easily. For some reason I'm not using the sword in this video, which is just silly. I could have ended this much faster. And I'm constantly being hit by those fire sprites, which annoys the shit out of me. As far as strategy goes, the only thing you really need to do is clear the screen of those things, because they'll just bother you for the entire fight. It's not like they drop HP or anything. By the way, those heart things they drop aren't HP. They basically raise max health points, but that also increases your rank, which you actually don't want to do. That means your rank's getting lower. And because I'm a masochist, of course I don't pick them up. Oh, and when he loses half his HP, he gains a new attack where he basically summons his hands out of the ground to try to smack you or grab you. His hands, much like the fire sprites, tend to go down really easily, and even if they don't, they only move just left or right of the screen. So walking up or down makes you avoid them completely. Granted, he also does them no matter what. So he just spams that thing for the entire boss fight. For the rest of the boss fight. But luckily he's easily defeated and we can go on to the next shrine. It seemed a lot longer in my mind. Take a little lap around the room. Mostly because I thought there was something in here. There's nothing in here. I was disappointed. Get in, open the door, and we're in the next shrine.